Happy Friday. Missed you guys last week. But we're back today and we have one of my favorite shows. I feel like I say that every week, but honestly, I think the candles are it's truly one of my favorite products that we have. And today we have an incredible flash sale. The candles are available for $19.99. They are our non-toxic candles. They're made from coconut and soy with 100% cotton wick. I know a lot of you already love them. We have, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 different scents. But I'm excited to kind of walk you guys through my favorites and why these are truly kind of the only candles I'll use now. Let me see. Oh, okay, we're starting to get some comments. Hi, Rose Mercurio Decker. Okay, let me just, what are we going to talk about first? We'll go peppermint first. Okay, so first of all, these candles come in the most beautiful little packages, and I think they make the best hostess gifts, or like they're just great gifts. And as I said, today you can get them for $19.99. The sale is a limited time offer through May 31st. So you have 2 more days. So stock up quickly. But it's a great time to just stock up on them. Again, like for gifts, it's under $20, which is, I mean, of course, different for everyone, but it really does make for a great hostess gift. Like a stocking stuffer, might as well stock up in June because they're gonna still be good by December. But I give these out to everyone. I also love them for new parents. You guys can't see me? Can you see me? Are we having technical issues? Okay, you can see me. If you can't see me, maybe try logging out and logging back in. Or let's see what happens. Maybe my face will appear at some point. Or I'll just have to really explain in detail with a lot of sensory detail how these smell and look so that it doesn't even matter if you can't see. But anyway, what I was saying is one of my best friends just had a baby, and every time I go over to her house, I always bring one of these candles because they are, a lot of conventional candles on the market. They have a lot of a lot of synthetic fragrances, and those contain like a lot of toxins that are released into the air, and then they can be inhaled or absorbed through your skin. And once they enter the bloodstream, they can really aggravate like allergies and asthma, or asthma symptoms. And some people have found them to even alter your hormone levels. So you could just have a candle that you're burning and not realize that it's actually altering your hormone levels. So it's just not a great choice for anyone. Our candles still feel so luxurious. They are a natural wax blend of coconut and soy, and they burn much more cleanly. They have no toxic paraffin, and we don't use synthetic fragrances. So pretty incredible. I don't really think you can beat it. I'll show you what some of these look like. I also really like that they come in this matte base. So this is the peppermint. Oh my God, just as it comes out of the box, it smells so delicious. This is the peppermint. The peppermint smells almost more like peppermint cream, which I think is actually yep, it is. It's a peppermint cream. So we did a good job naming this. But there's kind of a sweetness to it. So you get that really refreshing mintiness. But then almost like I don't even know. It smells like a cream, like it smells like how a peppermint patty would taste almost, just without the chocolate, like more vanilla. But it's so good. I like to keep this one next to my bed just because I think the pink is cute. But it's great for honestly anywhere. You can keep it in your foyer, in a bathroom, in your bedroom, really just wherever. So that is peppermint. I'll keep it out. Okay, peppermint here. Next we'll go floating gardenia. I love the gardenia. The gardenia always reminds me, well, actually a lot of these remind me of my grandmother, but the gardenia is actually what we gave everyone at my grandmother's funeral. And so I have these kind of, I have the sensory smell of it kind of takes me back to her memorial, which was obviously a very hard time, but also a very like beautiful celebration of her life. And gardenias she has planted in front of their home. So as you walk into their house, it always smells like gardenias. So this is a very kind of like nostalgic scent for me. But I also just love that it's in this like matte white candle holder vase because I just think it's easy, white can kind of go anywhere in your home, or at least in my home, and it just blends in really nicely and just smells so good. So this is gardenia. It has, again, because we don't use synthetic fragrances, it just has a very natural gardenia scent. If you've tried any of our like rollers, it smells very similar to that. I think what's also important to note is that a lot of candles that you see on the market are not only made from paraffin wax, which paraffin is a petroleum waste product that's chemically bleached. So petroleum, that creates really toxic like benzene and toluene. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Toluene. But they're both known carcinogens and so terrible for you. So when the paraffin wax is burned, you're just releasing carcinogens into the air. So the petro soot that's released from paraffin candles is the same that's found in diesel fuel fumes. So gasoline, which is crazy. Why would you want to be burning that in your body or in your home? But it can actually be as dangerous as secondhand smoke. So, you probably wouldn't think to like light up a cigarette in your home, especially if you have kids or babies or dogs. Like you just wouldn't be smoking around them, but you might not realize that you could be doing the exact same harm to them just from lighting a paraffin wax candle. So again, these do not have paraffin wax. They're made from a coconut soy natural blend, and it's an easy way to just cut out that carcinogen. So I'll leave more facts for you as we smell the next one. Now we get into lemon verbena. This one's so good. It's so good. Okay, so the lemon verbena, this is kind of this like citrusy, a citrusy herbal fragrance, but it's so light. This, for some reason, it makes me feel like we're in like the south of France or Provence. Like it just, it's so good. And again, you can get it today through the 31st for $19.99, which is such a good deal on these. What are they usually priced at? Do we see? It's 60% off. That's crazy. They're usually $49.99. $49.99? That's crazy. You can get 2.5 of these for the price of one. So again, great time to stock up. You have until Sunday, but once we sell out, I don't know if we're going to be restocking. So get it now and just stock up if you need them. I have literally probably 25 of these candles underneath my coffee table just because I never want to run out of them, and I burn them so much, but they burn for a really long time. They have, does anyone know how many hours of burn time do they have? I'm not sure, but it's a lot. They really do burn for quite a while. Oh, 55. 5.5 hours? No, 55 hours. All of you know. Wow. You guys are so good. I wish that I could just have you guys join some of my lives. Yeah, burn for 55 hours. Thank you, Suzanne Summers Official. It's like a fun god just talking to us. So anyway, where was I? We can keep talking about paraffins if you want. No, but in addition to the paraffin wax that is used in a lot of conventional candles, a lot of conventional candles also use lead wicks. I know you guys have heard this. We talk about it quite frequently, but it's just crazy to think that in 2026, we're still using lead wicks in candles, like lead, which is obviously so toxic. And these, we do not use lead wicks. We use cotton wicks, 100% cotton wicks. I think the biggest difference that I feel is, I like to sit in, like, my nightly routine. You guys know, I take my gut renew gummies, and then I sit in bed and I have a little bit of the gentle colon, what's it called? Gentle colon renew, that product. But I have a little bit of that. I sit in bed, I journal for a little, or I read, and I like to light a candle while I do that. And before we created these candles, the non-toxic candles, I was just using like candles that I'd been given as hostess gifts or whatnot. And I was noticing, first of all, I would wake up with a really bad headache. And then I also would feel really puffy and like pretty swollen. And I couldn't figure out what it was because I wasn't eating anything like out of the ordinary. Nothing else had changed in my life. And I one day decided to not burn this candle that I had. And I woke up feeling so much better. I didn't have a headache. I was like, okay, that's weird. I didn't have as bad of a headache, but I definitely I didn't feel 100%. And so I stopped burning the candle, but I was still kind of feeling, not 100%. And one day I figured I'm just going to take this candle and put it in a different room. And even just putting it in a different room, it was having it next to my bed was making me feel so sick, and just being exposed to all of those toxins, even when it wasn't burning, which is weird because usually I think a lot of the toxins really do come from when you light the candle. But it just goes to show how toxic some of these like conventional products can be. Of course, I'm not making a like actual medical statement on that, but that was just my experience that I had. And then I switched over to these candles, and suddenly no headaches, wasn't waking up swollen, like could see my cheekbones, my eyes weren't all puffy. Like it was a completely different experience. And it just goes to show how important it is to surround yourself with non-toxic products. Anywho, was that long-winded or what? Let's get into rain. Okay, rain, honestly, I think I've always kind of slept on rain as a scent. Oh, it's so good. I recently have rediscovered the Rain body lotion, and I love it. I put it on my body every single night. I wake up so soft. And the Rain is just the most beautiful kind of very light blue. I think this is so nice for a bathroom. It's also a very it's just such a good scent. It's essentially supposed to replicate how it smells like right after it's rained, but there is a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's not, none of these scents are super overwhelming. And what's so great about them is for a lot of candles, you do have to kind of light them to smell the fragrance. These I can smell, like if I just walk over to my bed, I'll smell peppermint, even without lighting it. And it's not, it's not overwhelming. It's not like an aggressive smell. It's just kind of this nice scent that lingers in the air. And then of course, once you burn it, it smells even better. But, it's really good. So there's Rain. Next we have, I'll save that one. Oh no, I love all of these three. Okay, well, now we have Cinnamon Sugar. And Cinnamon Sugar has this cute, I love the packaging on Cinnamon Sugar. Nurse Susan Elizabeth said, Rain is my favorite. Oh. Okay, Cinnamon Sugar. Cinnamon Sugar honestly really does remind me of the holidays. But again, these are $20 today, so stock up for the holidays. And you can burn any of these all year round. I think, it's just a matter of like during the holidays, my mom always, I feel like, is always giving these out or putting them in our stocking. So that's what I associate this smell with. But it is the yummiest Cinnamon Sugar. Cloudy Cereal said they make such great gifts. They actually make the best gifts. Like no one would ever be upset to receive one of these. And especially if you tell them how much better they are for you. Like a lot of people just don't know that candles are as toxic as they are. And so it's a really easy way to educate someone and have them kind of make the shift to non-toxic in this area. But the cinnamon sugar is so yummy. It smells like you've made like snickerdoodles fresh out of the oven. It's so good. And I also think the brown is so like chic and pretty. Okay, now we have jasmine and tuberose. I love this one. This is our latest, our newest scent, I guess, but it's not that new anymore. But Josephine said the price is better than the holiday sale price. It's an insane deal. It's really an incredible deal. I don't know how we're doing this, but we are. So get it while you can before we realize it's a mistake. But the jasmine and tuberose, again, is this like beautiful floral. It's just a beautiful like floral scent that feels kind of sophisticated. There's this black vase holder, candle holder. But I keep this one in my kitchen just because, I don't know, I like the black against like the wood on my countertops. And I just think it smells so good. The other thing that's great about these, we're going to go up here now. Sure. Bring it back. But the other thing that's great about these candles is like, oh my God, this is the best. Oh, this is the best thing ever. I'm getting the best array of scents. But they're referred to as vessels. Thank you, David, in Detroit. But they're not, like, they pair really well together. So you can kind of mix and match some of these or give them as a duo. You know, I think they're cute together, but like it would be easy to take the gardenia and the jasmine tuberose and kind of use that as a set. If you wanted to give someone two, and make it feel like a little more complete. Of course, also you can go online. We do have a lot of complementary products in similar fragrances to these, but if you just want the candles because they're such a good price today, stick with just the candles. Okay, and then finally, I feel like I've said so many of these are my favorite, but honestly, after all this time, I think I can confirm that the vanilla cream is my ultimate favorite. This is the best scent. It is actually the best scent. I'm looking right now. I have one in my hallway. I have one on my coffee table, and I have another one in my kitchen next to my jasmine, which, to be honest, I don't love these two together, but I just love this one a lot, and I also love this one, and so they're both out here. But the vanilla, the vanilla is so delicious. Anytime when I'm not at my apartment for a little while, or if I'm having people over, the vanilla is always my go-to to burn. And everyone always asks, as soon as they walk into my apartment, they always ask what I'm cooking because it kind of just smells like freshly baked cookies. What I do really like together, I think the vanilla with the cinnamon sugar smells delicious. Also the vanilla with the peppermint, so good. So good. But, we kind of have here. Beth Campbell said vanilla cream is my favorite. Was hoping before mom left there would be vanilla cream body products. Well, who's to say there won't still be? I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there for all of us. Okay, so if you kind of wanted to go like, no, I'd say this is probably, we could probably put Rain up here. If you wanted to go more like floral, kind of traditional, like spa scents, I would say jasmine, tuberose, lemon verbena. Lemon verbena is also great for a kitchen. I don't know why. For some reason, it just kind of like screams kitchen to me. Probably because we always have the lemon verbena soap and hand lotion in the kitchen, and so the scent just makes me think of that. But jasmine, tuberose, lemon verbena, floating gardenia, and Rain. Rain, as I said, it also kind of has like a little bit of sweetness to it, so I think Rain actually could kind of fall under the sweet category too. But yeah, I would probably say these are more like spa, like bathroom, like great if you're taking a bath or just like want something kind of like light and refreshing. And then these are the like sweet, just delicious, like these to me all feel like very warm scents, and like cozy, inviting, and that would be the vanilla, the cinnamon sugar, and peppermint cream. Ugh, just like how cute are all of these? I love just how easy the packaging is. Put these in the front. And how it's not branded. I think everything is so branded these days. I'm like, I don't want the brand. I just want a great quality candle, and that's what you're getting here. So that's that. Do we have any questions? I feel like I just talked for a while, and I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. David in Detroit bought 6 yesterday. Ooh, David, which ones did you buy? How is Bunny Boo? Miss Bunny is so good. I was getting a manicure at lunch today, and I brought Bunny with me, which I don't always like doing because, you know, there are just like toxins in nail salons, even if you're not getting, like, even if I'm bringing Suzanne nail polish, you know, it's still just in the air. But she's so cute, and she always just sits on my lap and is so precious that she loves going. So sometimes I bring her. And so I brought her today, and she was so antsy, and I couldn't figure out why. And she usually is so good and such an easy travel dog. And luckily my mom was coming back from pickleball at the exact same time. And so my mom picked her up. Turns out she just had to go potty. My mom said as soon as they got home, she went within 10 seconds. But that's why I don't have her with me right now, because I rushed back to my apartment after my manicure, and you'll see Bunny next week. Okay, David got one of each minus rain. That one isn't my vibe. That's okay. It doesn't have to be your vibe. As I said, I think I just didn't really pay attention to rain. And recently, I don't know what shifted, but I have rediscovered rain and absolutely fallen in love with it. Rain, I think, is my dad's favorite scent. It usually, I think, men gravitate to rain more because it does feel a kind of gender neutral. But, you know, meanwhile, Active Sugar got one of each plus 2 of rain. See, everyone has a different preference. Let's see. Glossy Vanilla just bought another vanilla. Well, that works with your name. Josephine ordered 3 vanillas. Oh my gosh. I mean, truly, if they usually retail for $49.99 and today you can get them for under $20, if you love these, stock up on them. It's the best price I've seen on them in a while. So, you know, if you know that you're going to buy it later, save yourself money. Do the girl math. If I had to order one today I'm kind of in a gardenia mood. Gardenia to me feels summery right now. Like a gardenia, lemon verbena, jasmine rain is feeling summery. I don't know. They all work. They're all delicious. But you could get, Cloudy Cereal said, if you were going to create a new scent, what would it be? That's such a good question. What would it be? Maybe like a Palo Santo type of scent. I feel like we don't have anything that feels like kind of earthy like that. I mean, that's not true. Some of these are kind of earthy. No, I don't know. I think something, yeah. Oh, black licorice. That would be a good scent. Nurse Susan Elizabeth said sandalwood and amber. Yeah. David in Detroit said gardenia does smell nice. I'm just finishing up the sample tin of that. I love the gardenia. Glossy Vanilla said gardenia and vanilla are the best ones. And Rose said use a candle lamp and I'm assuming you said they'll last a long time. I think they already last for quite a while. I let these burn for a long time. I can light one up for you. I kind of don't want to waste. Hold on. I just don't want to get. I don't want to light up a new one because I have so many. I have so many that are half burnt. Ooh, orange vanilla creamsicle. That would be delicious. Okay, there we go. But it just is the prettiest little hue. I love, honestly, I think this is why I keep the jasmine in my kitchen, because in every other room, I'm used to having like more dim lighting. So especially like in my bed, I love the kind of like pink, slightly pink hue that this, that the peppermint gives off. And then same with the vanilla. Like I think the cream is just really pretty next to my bed. Jolene said, how about bringing back the clove spice scent? I loved clove spice. I think it didn't sell that well, and that's why we discontinued it, because usually the products are dictated by you guys and what you're liking and buying. But clearly you guys like all of these. That's why we still have them. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. But, you know, as we get into June gloom to me, I'm always like, that's bath time. That to me is like self-care time, where I just like, I know everyone kind of does like spring cleaning in May, but I love a summertime clean out. And there's nothing I love. Like, I just feel like I spend a lot of time at home for some reason in June, because like it is not as nice outside. Of course, today it's like the most gorgeous day ever. But what is June gloom? June gloom is like, the weather in June is usually kind of cloudy and gloomy. And there are June showers. No, it's April showers brings May flowers, and then there's just June gloom. I don't know. But I just find I spend more time inside sometimes in June. And so, you know, make sure that your home smells and feels delightful. When will the monthly box be available? It's usually first of the month. So probably right after this sale ends. So, yep, June 1st. Is that a floral arrangement behind you? This right here is a floral arrangement that my boyfriend gave me on our first date. My boyfriend is actually my ex-boyfriend from 8-10 years ago, but we've been back together for the past like 6-ish months. And this is, these were the flowers he brought me on our first like real date back. And I just haven't gotten rid of them, which I probably could at this point and just make him get me new ones. But I don't know. I think they're kind of funny, even though they're completely dead and my mom's horrified by them. June is my birthday. Can't wait. Oh, happy birthday, Glossy Vanilla. Okay, well, I don't really want to leave you guys, but if you keep asking questions, then maybe I'll stay. Chris Ann, I've been adding pink to my spaces. The peppermint is so cute in my kitchen and doesn't interfere with foods, cooking, or baking. I agree. I think that's what I was trying to say by saying the scent's not too overwhelming. Like sometimes you don't want scents while you're eating or cooking because it can feel a little overwhelming with the scents that you're already smelling from the food. And these just, I don't find them to be overwhelming or overbearing at all. And also like they just don't make my head hurt. I'm just so sensitive to synthetic fragrances and, you know, some of the normal toxins that are included in like conventional products. Cloudy Cereal said, I used to think of peppermint as a holiday scent, but now I love it all year long. I feel the same way. I find the peppermint to be very refreshing. And I think, you know, the box to me feels a little more holiday, but once you actually take it out of the box, like there's nothing that screams holiday about this to me. It's very like it doesn't feel seasonal. I feel like you can smell it all year long. If you have a Wellis Air, that helps a lot with toxins. It does. I have one Wellis Air in here because I have a small apartment, but it does really help. Diana said, have you had what your mom made last night? No, I'm allergic to pretzels, so I couldn't try it, but it did look delicious. I was in Ojai Valley last weekend for the long holiday, and it's this cute little valley in California, an hour and a half from Los Angeles, and we were there on a Sunday, and so we went to the farmer's market, and it was one of the best farmer's markets I've ever been to. They had everything. They had like this amazing, very pure cacao, which I keep reading about cacao and how amazing cacao is for you. So I've been kind of invested in cacao and its benefits. But then they also had like the most beautiful bunches of mushrooms, like the largest bunches of mushrooms I've ever seen. And I just knew my mom would be in absolute heaven. And then there are also these things called Harry's berries. And I think Harry's is just a farm in California, but they grow the most delicious strawberries. This was the box of strawberries. It was just a normal sized box. It was $18 because they're such like fancy strawberries, but they tasted like grapes. It was so interesting. I don't know how they grow them, but they were organic and just like such a fun kind of, I don't know, it just felt like a fun, luxurious berry. Cloudy said, I also have issues with gluten, so your mom's pretzels wouldn't work for me either, but damn, they sure looked awesome. They did. We can eat through our eyes. Okay, well, I think that might be it for today. But again, take advantage of this flash sale while you can. $19.99 for the individual candles. The sale will be live until Sunday, so get on it quickly, stock up, mix and match, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys next week.